It's like a reunion.
Well, we were sort of saying when we were sort of reminiscing about the late 80s that we all kind of got into the music business around that time, and you know, it was obviously very exciting for you back then because 87 would be the year. Was that when Kids in America happened for you?
Well, Kids happened in 81. 87, 88 was around that time that You Came video was made, because I was on the Michael Jackson tour.
So would you say
and then the 86, I think, was when I'd had the #1 with Hanging On.
Would you say you were happier back then or happier now?
Was it a good really happy then. I was having such a ball. It was great. I mean, for sure, I feel I'm happier now. I've got 2 great kids, I've got a lovely family life, I've got good health, and I think I appreciate things more now. I was always one of those girls who was sort of thinking, oh, you know, round the next corner, something better's going to happen. Round the next corner, something better's going to happen. And now I've stopped looking round corners. Right. It's a relief, you know.
Yeah. It's a recipe for happiness, isn't it?
Well, it is, and like you were saying about, you know, sort of enjoying the moment, and that's what it's all about.
Your life gets better and better, though, doesn't it, really? Because, you know, when you think back, how old were you at that time when you were a pop star? 20-something?
Well, I was 20 when I started,
20? And then you're late 20s, but I mean, that's like really quite young, isn't it? Same as Sunita.
Yeah.
And people might think, oh, you know, you kind of peaked too early and you wouldn't go on, but it just
carries
on, doesn't it?
I mean, actually, a lot of them have gone on, because, you know, we do these 80s tours and they're all still there. It's really good fun, still performing, but, of course, like you say, you know, gardening now has become a major part of my life and a very rich, rewarding one. Often disappointing.
Is it? Yeah.
Often. But, you know, that's why I'm here today talking about the Dig Your Dinner campaign, which is about getting people to think about growing things, growing their own dinner.
Growing their own veg.
And especially if they haven't grown... Have you grown anything, Carol?
I live in a flat.
I bet mildew in the fridge, perhaps.
I can't grow anything. I'm a plant murderer.
Do you have to have, like, experience, or can anyone
The whole idea for the campaign this spring is to get people who perhaps have never grown seeds before to start thinking about maybe sowing some outside in pots if you haven't got a garden, windows, you know, window ledges, sills, pots.
And are you encouraging it from a health perspective, that it's much healthier to know where your veg have come from, so you may as well grow it yourself, or...?
I mean, there are so many boxes that it ticks growing your own vegetables. For me, it started when I was growing them for my children, and I wanted them to experience where food actually came from, rather than just picking it out of a bag in the supermarket. And then, of course, there's all the packaging, and there's all those recycling issues, and so it ticks that box big time. Because all you have to do is go out the back of the kitchen and harvest a few salad leaves from a container, and plus they're full of vitamins and minerals. Am I going on?
No.
Did you sort of get your kids into that at quite a young age? Because we were also talking about how good you are at child's play and rolling around the floor with kids and stuff.
I'm with most of you on that one. You know.
No. Not into... No. You know, get down into a bit of housing, chucking it around.
I tell you, the worst thing was when they got me at Centre Parks and they got me going down those awful slides. Have you ever had to do that?
Yeah.
Those slides.
No.
You have to sit.
probably like it.
You have to sit. You have to look and you don't know where it's going to go, and it's just this hole, and you think, oh my God, what's going to happen? Where if I get to the end of it? Am I going to drown? Am I going to get stuck in the middle of it? Is some kid going to come and, you know, kill me?
Not really your thing,
so
then.
I have done that, but it's not my thing at all. I've done it through gritted teeth.
It's nice and rewarding. Sorry, I'm going to jump in here because it's nice and rewarding to hear a mother talk like that. It really is.
Being honest. I don't want to get on the slide.
No. I know there's so much guilt that gets poured on parents, and especially, you know, mums. I think probably we get a lot of
flack.
thrown at
You're never
us,
doing it the right way, are you?
You're not doing enough of this. You're not doing enough of that. You mean you don't? You know, I mean, any mother would know the bedtime story when you kind of like think, oh, there's 5, 8, 10 pages here.
Skip forward a couple.
I just skipped through there. Oh yeah.
And they all lived happily ever after. What about your life? Have you had life mottos or come across any good sort of philosophies in life that you've lived by or wish you had?
I think certainly, you know, remembering that there's always someone off worse than yourself. And I mean, you know, there are some things that happen to you and you think, and you can feel yourself going into one. And I could feel myself going into one at Terminal 5 the other day. Yeah. I was going into one and I was just about to do some live shows and they'd lost my luggage with all my stage clothes in it.
So, listen, I'm so sorry, we're just about out of time. But we can imagine how it ends. Thank you so much, Kim Wilde. That's all for today. missing you then. Bye. Did you ever get it back?
Buying a home is stressful enough from surveys.